Hey everyone, today's video is for everyone who needs a little break from their home office, so get off your office chair and join me on the yoga mat. So for our first posture, we're going to elevate our legs because you've probably been sitting on your desk for a couple of hours. So we have either any kind of chair, maybe even still your office chair next to you, or if you don't have a chair, we can use a wall. So we're just gonna snug it up with our hips next to it and then pivot around, bringing the legs up onto the chair or the wall, or like I said, if you don't have any of those, just stretch the legs long on your yoga mat. This is just to get the blood flowing into the opposite direction here, getting the blood out of the feet, out of the legs, back into the body towards the heart. And you can have your arms by your side or above the head. One nice option here is to have the palms on your belly, so we can straight away tune in to the breath. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here into the belly. Feeling this beautiful rising, this beautiful stretch of the skin of the belly against the palms every time you inhale. This softening of the skin, this drawing of the navel towards the spine on the exhale. Really feel this nice little movement there. And also feel the rest of the body relaxing. Relax all the muscles in your legs, wherever they are. Relax the shoulders. Make sure the neck is long. Maybe tuck the chin closer towards the chest. And then we take really 3 or 4 more super relaxing breaths here into the belly. So you probably were super busy with your mind, with your work, so just move all this aside. We're here now, we want to focus on the breath, on the body, get a nice little stretch, nice little distraction, a break here from our work. So a couple of breaths more into the belly. Really trying to create this almost internal stretch of all the little organs here in the belly. Beautiful little massage just by breathing deep down. And one more big breath here. Big breath and big exhale. And then from there we slowly bring the knees towards the chest, give them a little hug. If your eyes were closed, maybe blink them open slowly. And just rock gently left to right, giving the lower back a massage. Maybe you want to draw circles, whatever feels good in your lower back here today. Maybe you linger a little bit more on one point or another. Often when we sit in our office chair for a while, we tend to get a couple of little issues in our back. So just give this some movement here. And coming back into the center, we peel the nose towards the knees, give a big stretch here into the back of the neck for the whole back. And then release the head back down and we roll over to one side, pressing ourselves up into a tabletop. So if you used your office chair or any other prop, maybe move this out to the side, finding a way into tabletop. So having your hands right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. We just start with a couple of cat-cow here just to bring some movement into the spine. So inhale, dropping the belly, chest shines forward. Make sure the neck is still long. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, chin to chest, pressing away from the mat. And keep it moving here. Inhale, stretching the front. Exhale, a little wave through the spine, stretching the back. One more here. Inhale, stretch the front. Exhale, tucking the tailbone and a slight pressing into the tops of the feet. Finding our way back into the center. We're gonna stretch the wrists here slightly because chances are that you were working with the mouse on your computer. So let's just come onto that back of the head, really mindful if anything's going on here with your wrists. So really gently, we're not putting a lot of weight here into the back of the left wrist. So the weight is mainly on the right hand. Claw through the right fingertips and also find a bit of engagement in your core just to support yourself. And then coming back and into the right hand here. Little bend in the left elbow. And again, not a lot of weight here in your right palm or right wrist at all. Just a subtle stretch for the forearms and the wrist. And then we're gonna turn the fingers towards the back of the mat. And in this one, if you're quite flexible, you can even lean slightly back. See, there's not much happening for me here, but some people are super stretchy in their forearms. So whatever gives you a nice little stretch there. And coming back to the center, other side, fingers turn to the back. Little stretch here for a bigger one. And slowly releasing. We're going to tuck the toes under, come into a toe sit so you can walk the fingertips back. Ooh, super nice awakening here of the soles of the feet. Then we draw some small circuits here with the wrists. Just to get everything back on track. Right here, a couple of cracks. Maybe I'm the only one, who knows. Then from here we slowly release the toes. Maybe give them a little pat. Make sure they're still alive. And we're going to bring the knees together and the feet together, walking into a low plank. Just holding here for one breath, tucking the tailbone under, pressing away from the mat, and then slowly lowering down onto the ground, elbows close to the body, fingertips underneath the shoulders. We press into the tops of the feet, into the hips. Inhale into our baby cobra. Snuggle the shoulder blades back and together. Long neck, gazes down. Lowering back down to the ground. Go a step further. Going to bring the fingertips behind, palms facing down towards the ground. Gazes down. Once again pressing into the hips, and we're going to lift the chest off the ground. Neck is long, press into the hips, keep breathing. And releasing back down. Now option here to stay in this version, or we're going to bring the fingertips behind the buttocks and interlace them here. So pressing the palms together if possible, otherwise we're just going to leave some space in between there. Take an inhale to prepare, pressing the hips down, really making sure we're protecting the lower back this way. And then exhale, lifting into our Shalabhasana. Keep reaching the fingertips or the palms pressed together towards the feet, lifting the chest, and maybe we're going to lift the feet as well. Super awesome back bend here. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. It's really just about opening through the chest in this one. Keep breathing. One more big breath here. And exhale, releasing everything down. Bring the fingertips back underneath the shoulders. We're going to press back up into a tabletop position. Walk the knees back underneath the hips. Walk the fingertips slightly forward. Rotate the elbow creases forward. Tuck the toes under. And downward facing dog here. So feel free, as always, with the first down dog to pedal the feet. Bend the knees generously. Give the head a little wiggle. And biggest reminder here, keep breathing deep. So awesome just to wiggle the hips left to right, wiggle the shoulders. Should feel awesome after being nailed down onto your office chair for the last couple of hours. This big stretch here. We're going to bring the gaze forward and make your way to the front of the mat. So you can walk, step or jump, however active you feel here today. We're going to find our way into the forward fold. So bend your knees and release the head down, long neck. And maybe this time we're a bit adventurous and we're going to go a bit deeper into the stretch by interlacing the hands behind the calves. So a super big stretch here for in between the shoulder blades, the upper and the lower back. Keep the chin tucked towards the chest. Keep this little bend in your legs here as well. And then just try to relax the crown of the head down, rooting through all four corners of the feet, but also lifting through the hips here. Awesome stretch. Beautiful. And from here we're going to release, fingertips back down, and we're going to bring the weight into the left foot, lifting the right foot off the ground. And from here, big stretch. We're going to step the right foot back with control. Take your time there. Lower down onto the right knee. As always we can double up the mat here if we need a bit of an extra support. And we're going to bring the hand on the inside of the left leg, wiggling the left foot further out to the side, finding our way into our lizard variation. And you can always have the right toe still tucked under or flattened and down, whatever feels better in your knee. And then maybe creeping the left toes further forward, going really deep in this nice little stretch here for the left hip, for the inside of the left thigh. You might even feel it on the front of the right hip. Make sure you, again, don't put too much weight in your wrists. So if that doesn't suit you, if that's a bit too much for you today, feel free to stay on your thigh. Otherwise, we really want to enjoy this nice stretch for the legs here. So keep breathing into the hips. Maybe wiggle the shoulders, wiggle the head a little bit. Make sure we're not causing any strain there. And we slowly find a bit more engagement in the legs again. So coming out of the stretch, finding our way into this engagement basically of the thighs, coming up into our low lunge. So this time maybe you want to wiggle the feet a bit further together basically, just to make sure we find this engagement in the thighs. So we're not hanging down anymore, we're really strong in the legs. Once we found our balance, fingertips up, reach your fingertips up, relax the shoulders down, and exhale, we're opening over to the left side. Inhale, fingertips up, now the tricky one, exhale over to the right. Inhale, fingertips up, reaching tall and raining the fingertips down, tucking the right toes under. We step back into our forward fold. So you can take a couple of steps or one big step here. Maybe wiggling the hips before we find our weight into the right foot, lifting the left toes off the ground. And same on this side, take your time here for this big step back into our low lunge. Bringing the right hand on the inside of the right foot, maybe moving the right foot further out to the side or further forward if you want to go this step deeper into the stretch. And it's completely fine if this side feels different compared to the other. Usually we've got one more tight hip, one dodgy one, so that's absolutely fine here. And then just enjoy this nice stretch of the front of the hip, of the inside of the right thigh, maybe in your right hip on the outside as well. Keep breathing, sending some love into your hips here. Make sure your neck and shoulders are loose. Give yourself a little smile for carving out this time here on your mat. Well deserved little worker bee. And then we come into the bit of engagement part here in our low lunge. So wiggle your toes back in. Maybe move them a bit further towards the left knee. And then press into the right foot. Scissoring the inner thighs together, big engagement here. Engaging the core, fingertips up once we found our balance. Relax the shoulders down. Taking one deep inhale into the chest and exhale, opening towards the right. Reach the fingertips. Inhale back up. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, fingertips up. Big breath here. Exhale, rain the fingertips down. And again, don't step the left toes back forward into our forward fold. Relax the shoulders, the head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Long from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Exhale, we bend the knees again, press into the soles of the feet. Starting to peel up. Taking our time here, we've been upside down a bit. Coming up into our most beautiful mountain pose, Tadasana. So checking our stance here first. Bend the knees slightly so the quadriceps are engaged. We slightly tuck the tailbone under, shoulders are relaxed back and down. Take a big inhale, reach the fingertips up, and we come into our banana shape. So grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand, and we think up and over, lifting up and over to the right. So big stretch here for all the muscles in between the rib cage. Keep breathing. As always with our side stretch, we try to avoid to collapse forward with the shoulders, so it's nice long reaching. Back into the center, switching sides here, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand over to the left. And stay really grounded through both feet here. Keep reaching. And back into the center. Both fingertips up and out to the side. We're going to bring a bit of space now in between the features, so a bit more solid here, super grounded. I'm going to move into a stretch or a little movement here for our median nerve, which is sometimes a problem when we tend to have some carpal tunnel issues or something. So that's a nice little one you can do if you're prone to those things. So a little bounce, little bounciness here in your knees. And we're going to start with bringing the left palm over to the right, and the same with the right palm. So both palms are looking over to the right side. Relax the shoulders down, and then the head tilts over to the right as well. Inhale, we come back into the center and switch sides. Exhale, both palms over to the left, head over to the left. Inhale, back into the center. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, back into the center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, back into the center. We're going to do one more each side. And you don't have to feel a lot here in your palms. It's more really just getting this movement into this nerve. Back into the center. We're going to release the fingertips down. Draw some nice big circuits here with the shoulders up, back and down. We're almost at the last part of this little class here. We're just going to start to shake. So we're going to shake the hands from left to right. And still having this little bend in your knees. Just letting the arms be loose, the shoulders be loose, the hips. Finding a little bit of engagement in your core. We can go quite quick here. Just building up a little bit of heat. After sitting all the time, it's nice to get a little bit of floppiness, a little bit of heat into the body. Make sure you don't get too dizzy. Feel free to leave there. Gaze straight ahead. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Maybe even an exhale through the mouth. Maybe for the last breath we go super fast. Coming back into the center, closing the eyes, hands come on top of the heart. Feel your heart beating here, feeling super alive. So from here you can move either into a Shavasana for 5 to 10 minutes in case you've got the time before you have to pop back onto your desk. Or maybe you go straight away, hopefully a bit clearer in your mind, being able to focus for the rest of the day, for your tasks ahead. I'm going to bring the palms together in front of the heart, tuck the chin towards the chest, using this last moment here to show my gratitude for you, for showing up for yourself, giving yourself this little break. Probably 1000% deserved. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've got the most amazing rest of the day, being now grounded and focused. Namaste. So if you like this video, feel free to have a look for any other things I'm offering, some meditations or some other stretches, and also maybe push this little button below for subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Little belly balloon rise against your palms. Eventually feeling this nice softening, navel drawing towards the spine on the exhale. And from here we're going to take the knees into the chest. Walk a little bit left to right. Nice little walking here. Little massage over the lower back. Finding our way back up. So there's a little chair on your mat. Move this to the side. Coming into a tabletop. Pooch bear.